Oh, Sunday, Canada, Edmonton, Alberta. Happy Thanksgiving, brothers and sisters. What's going on? Johnny Boombad here. Because boom, I'm good. Boom, I'm bad. Boom, I'm good. Boom, I'm bad. You know why? Because we all struggle with sin. Every single one of us, even Christians. And I am a Alberta bearded bad boy. I mean, a little bit of bad is in all of us. I mean, if you don't have just a little bit of bad, I mean, that might be a little bit creepy because they always say the silent ones are the ones you got to worry about. You know, the ones that almost seem too prim and proper, but have alternative motives. So, yeah, cheers. Tea tastes better in Johnny's apartment. Black tea. Not because I'm a advocate of black tea, but because I don't have no cream and sugar. But yeah, I took half of Cialis, or not Cialis, half of clenbuterol this morning. I don't know if you know what clenbuterol is, but it's used on racehorses to give them stamina in a race. And it also is known to increase skeletal muscle size. So I do reap and do see the benefits of it, and not overdoing it, obviously, because it is a stimulant and can give some people anxiety. So if you are going to take clenbuterol for fat loss or to increase skeletal muscle, start with a small dosage and see how you feel. And don't have it with a coffee like I'm having it. Because I like the double whammy effect, because I'm a little bit of an extremist, you know. And I probably do pay for it, but it's like a fine line of reaping the benefits and having side effects with a lot of things. Uh, More is not always better. Sometimes actually less is better. In some cases, like melatonin, for instance, if you're going to use melatonin for sleeping, um, too much will actually keep you awake. It'll have reverse effects. Well, it's very interesting, but there's just so many interesting things that you could talk about that cross your mind throughout the day because of certain triggers or information sources that cross your mind. I recently found one online. I seen a bodybuilder on Instagram, a video, and he was hooked up to a sleep apnea mask in his bed, and he was complaining about how he was up so many times in the night, couldn't sleep. He'd only be able to get a couple hours, and then he'd stop breathing. And I always like to see the comments of people, and there's always those ignorant comments and those guys that want to be jokesters, and then the ones that are knowledgeable and express the problem further. Um, and it was interesting because what I found out, because I do have sleep apnea, and it is getting worse as I get bigger. That's what I found. Um, And it's that little valve in the back of your throat that opens and closes, and that's almost like it's actually a muscle and can be strengthened. So I did all kinds of research, and I told my doctor about it because I thought it'd have something to do with my leg spasms, not breathing, hence not getting enough oxygen to the legs. But I actually think that my leg spasms are due to severe chronic overtraining and overwork and overstress of the body. And because I do find when I back off on training and give my body longer to rest, that the spasms subside. But I walk that fine line because I'm still chronically overtrained. So I could be doing, quite well relieving the spasms for a couple days, few days, and then I overdo it some way or another, even just with daily life stress, and I'm having the leg spasms. So it's about in that case, it's about regenerating your nervous system, and there is ways you can regenerate your nervous system. So this is what I'm getting at here. So I was watching the video on the sleep apnea, and I went to my Amazon account, and because they wanted me to go to the hospital in a faraway town to do the sleep apnea test and all that. And I already know I have sleep apnea, and then of course they're going to give you a sleep apnea machine, CAP machine, I think it's called, something like that. And I don't need to go through. I already know I have it. So I went on Amazon, and of course, yes, you can order these sleep apnea machines on Amazon, and they are actually fairly reasonable price, anywhere from $700 to $1,000. And of course, I went into other things because I put in sleep apnea, and you have the nasal passage strips that open up your nasals there. And if I go like this, it actually works. So I was like, yeah, I'll order some of those, because I never tried those out before, and I can't afford this sleep apnea machine right now. Oh, and another thing, the sleep apnea is because a lot of it's because your neck gets too big, and it could happen if you're built or if you're fat. Anyway, so I got that, and I got the mouth guard. It keeps your jaw forward, because when you're laying back and the jaw drops backwards, that little flap tends to close. So I thought, might as well do a double whammy. I'll wear both of them. Because improved sleep means improved muscle growth and recovery, So all these things matter. Bearded lives and bodybuilders matter. Everybody matters, except for, of course, the elites, satanic elites running the show. They matter, but they don't matter to me in a loving way. I actually hope they burn in hell, and I know they will. That's their destiny. So we won't get into that. That's a whole other topic. I'm rambling on, but yeah. So anyway, so I ordered that, and then I'm strolling down. And what do I come across? Very interesting. I was like, what is this stuff? It always intrigues me when I see anything that's 99.9% pure. And it's called DMSO. You can Google it. It's like a clear liquid, and it's derived from trees, from wood, different types of wood. And it actually increases blood flow and circulation. And with the increase in blood flow and circulation throughout the body, that decreases inflammation. And so it's been said that it'll help muscle spasms, cramps, osteoporosis, arthritis, and even, I say this loosely, erectile dysfunction, but even if you don't have erectile dysfunction, you could use it just to make sure you're on your game. If it's that very first woman that you plan on being with, and it's the first time, and you want to make sure you impress her with the ultimate hardness of the Titan warrior. Ah, give it to her real good, so she'll be coming back for more. And that's true, because if you don't give it to them good the first time, well, sexual intimacy is a very big thing for a lot of people. And, it's up and down depending on your day, your stress, whatever. You shouldn't hold somebody accountable for their sexual function. And, but it's one of those things. And so now get this. This is what. So it says you spray it directly on your penis and instant erection. So I thought, that being said, it may work very similar to Cialis. A lot of bodybuilders take Cialis for muscle pumps. It does the same thing. It relaxes soft muscle tissue, and it sends blood flow. And you get a crazy pump off Cialis, and I've been using it for that for quite a while, and no harmful side effects. And so this stuff here, instant. Cialis takes about 20 minutes, half hour to kick in. This is like instant. So I told a girlfriend of mine this, and she's like, too much information. Well, I'm sorry, but anytime I see anything that's 99% pure, I'm very intrigued by it. Like 99.9% pure aloe vera, coconut oil, rubbing alcohol is actually a good for sore muscles. Rubbing alcohol, try and spray it on your arms one time. It works. You do get an anti-inflammatory and a pain-killing effect, and it actually says on some of the bottles that's what it's used for, rubbing alcohol. And so I'm very keen on recovery and anything that's gonna help, and because obviously I've been overtrained for so long, and I have been going extreme hardcore into anything possible that will help me recover. Like, there's so many things. And now here in Canada, the weather is getting colder, so that means my water is getting colder, which is awesome for me because I have my ice cold showers. So that also takes down inflammation, is those ice cold showers. The heat will relax the muscle, which is good. And then the ice cold showers take down the inflammation, again, by blood flow going into that area to warm the area up. I'd rather do all this stuff than pop a whole shitload of ibuprofen all the time and naproxen and anti-inflammatories, because they will cause you, if you start taking too many, an ulcer, bleeding ulcer. They're not good for your stomach. So use them sparingly. There's a lot of different anti-inflammatory choices herbally. There's a lot, you can do your research. It's very interesting of all the different things, stomach inflammation, IBS, and those cures are out there. You don't always have to resort to pharmaceutical drugs, because there's 101 side effects to those, and a lot of times the FDA doesn't, and the big pharma, they obviously don't want you to know about these cures. But God created this land, and with it He created an abundance of beautiful food that grows naturally, and herbs that grows naturally, and herbs, because this is His way of taking care of us. And of course, man, trust the science. They want to be better. Satan always wants to prove that they're better than God. I mean, some science is okay, but when they start thinking that they could play God, and they're taking away from perfectly good herbal remedies that work and don't cause harm, and they want to make something that helps the the problem, but doesn't help the underlying problem. It masks it, uh, and it causes all these side effects. And there's so many of those big pharma drugs out there. Um, it's no secret to me that they call a lot of things uh, misinformation and fact check this and that because they don't want us to have the stuff that's good for us. They want to be the ones in control of that. But fortunately, with God's grace, He does allow us to have the minds to do our own research, go our own way, not comply, not follow orders of the government system and protocol and big pharma and all the stuff that they're putting in our food. And that's why He tells us to practice discernment. And discernment is doing your research, thinking for yourself, and questioning things, not just taking it, but looking into it and not trusting everybody and everything. It's not judging, it's being discerning. So I guess I rambled on about this topic quite a bit. I'll let you know how the DMSO works. And it's coming here on Monday or Tuesday. It's supposed to smell like garlic, by the way, so I don't know. Hopefully, I don't stink like garlic. We'll see. But one other thing I wanted to mention is, as far as recoveries, it's not always bodybuilding that makes you sore. So I wanted to mention this. There's other things that can make you sore. So you got to practice discernment in that area and a self-evaluation of what is it that I'm sore. You'll wake up in the morning and be like, wow, I'm really sore in this certain area. Why is that? What did I do? You try to rehash your past events to see what you might have did to cause that soreness. And I'm going to tell you something from my experience. This might sound odd, but it's the truth. And if you haven't had sex in a while, and you get that lucky lady or that that man that comes into your life, and I don't make it a habit of going around with sleeping with a bunch of people, and I don't sleep with a bunch of people. But if that beautiful lady comes into your life and is definitely a gift. To treasure her for being there if she's treating you kindly and you have compassion and respect for each other, and you have passion and you go all night crazy, like 5-6 times. And this is from my personal experience, waking up with extremely sore lower abs, inner thighs sore in the lower back. And so that being said, you're going to wake up sore. And do you train still? If you're sore, no. If you're sore and you're tired from a different event other than bodybuilding, still take a rest day off from that. Because I tell you, from my experience, my abs were so sore. They were more sore than any time I've ever actually trained them. So yeah, when you do these events or whatever it might be that makes you sore other than bodybuilding, yes, give your body recovery time. And those events that cause you to be sore, that soreness will give you a positive impact, because I guarantee you, your abs, if you have that lucky lady and she's in your life and you're committed, and you're getting it on a few times a day, trust me, you're gonna get in shape. Your abs are gonna get in good shape. Your glutes are gonna get in good shape. You're gonna lose weight. Very beneficial to do other things other than bodybuilding that's going to get you in shape, but also make sure that they don't interfere with your bodybuilding. So you got to have balance. You don't want that one thing to be making you sore all the time to where you can't bodybuild. So you're going to have to say, hey, babe, I'm sorry, but we got to take a couple days off. I got to train. No. And she's going to say, you don't love me. You don't find me desirable anymore. And you say, shut the fuck up. It's not always about you, nigga. It's because I got to train. When I say something as a man, I mean it. And trust me, you are desirable. And you are my lady. Believe that. And if she doesn't, see you later. Bye. Talk to you later, guys. Have a good day. Happy Thanksgiving.